Hey everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you can't tell from the other parts of my countertop, everything in here is a mess because I'm moving and I'm so excited about it. More to come with that later, but for today, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what to do with all of these books and have this really deep connection with my books. And the reason for that is I taught myself a lot of the things that I now know in my 20s. For example, financial things. Sorry, Lemon's tail is in the way. Come here, if you wanna be in the shot, come get in it, girl. Fully commit. Anyway, financial stuff. I taught myself most of that. Let's see, mental health. I taught myself a lot of that through all of this. Random things I was interested in, such as philosophy, talking about Socrates. I never really had anybody to talk about that with, so I read a lot of books on it. What I want to do today is go through this pile of books, and some of them, I'm going to be honest, I never even read. I bought them, didn't even read them. They were gifts and didn't make it to read them, whatever. Or some of them, I started reading the first few chapters, got what I needed out of it, and moved along and didn't read more than that. Come here. Me and Lemon, as much as she'll participate, are going to go through all of these books, and I'm going to tell you my must-reads, my books that really changed my life, the ones that taught me a lot, the ones that I was meh about, and we'll just go from there. So, let's get started. I did take some of my books that I really enjoyed reading to my office at work. It has a little bookshelf, so some of these are missing. One of those being 100 Essays That Will Change Your Life by Brianna Weiss, whatever. That one was really good, so I highly recommend that one right off the chopping block. We're gonna do this like lightning speed because, as you can tell, we have a ton of books to go through. So, for starters, The Nervous System Reset. I should probably do this. By Jessica McGuire. This one's really good. I just got this one actually just a few months back, relatively just got it. And it was really good. I am one of those people that I do believe what you've been through can affect your body. Psychosomatic, what affects the mind affects the body. Maybe certain traumas do as well. I believe it. I don't have the literature or research, but there's a whole field of people and a field of study who do believe that, and this book goes into that and how to release that, how to self-regulate, how to basically control your nervous system. So, highly recommend. Next we have Burning Bright by Kelsey Patel. This one was a little woo-woo, but it was kind of cool. It talked about Reiki healing, which, whatever, I never dove deep into that. I believe people do carry energy and things like that. So this one was cool to an extent, just seeing about energy healing and things like that. Moving along. Oh, this one was cool. Creativity by Matthew Fox. The punchline to it is Where the Divine and Human Meet, and it talks about how creation of any sort, whether it's creating music, creating dance, whatever you're creating, God is there whenever you're creating new things out of scratch. So, highly recommend that one. So, all the hype kind of got me on this one. How to Win Friends and Influence People. It was for $2.55, and I was like, oh, everybody talks about that one. So, I don't know. Good, I guess, if you're in sales or anything that you need to benefit from winning people over or finding common ground with people in business. So, it was decent. Moving along. The Dark Between the Stars by Atticus. This was one of my first ever edgy poem, that type books. It was a really good time. I remember I bought it at Target, and I thought I was the next it girl because I was reading it. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite books that have ever been created. One of my favorite books in the world, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, I think is how you pronounce his last name. So I live and die by this book. I'm not even going to talk about it because I want you to go read this. If you're watching this, you need to go read this. This one is Simply Philosophy. It was just one of those Books a Million specials, and it basically hits all the high points of every philosopher's, I guess, ideology or whatever. Change is impossible, everything flows. This one's really cool. This one's a good coffee table book to just scratch your brain. Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. Love this one. I know he caught some slack there in the media / cancel culture for a little while, but I love him, I love his podcast, and I love this book. It's really good. I would recommend. Manifesting, the Practical, Simple Guide to Creating the Life You Want by Chris Ferraro. Basically, all these manifestation books are the same. You know what goes into it. Each one of them, there's a lot of them in here that I'll probably just reference back to this one. 90% of anything you want to do in life, anybody you want to be, anything you want to do, anything you want to accomplish, anywhere you want to go, 90% of that is visualizing it first in your mind, aligning yourself with the actions and the habits that that version of you or that version of whatever person you want to be would be doing to have that result, and you just take the daily step to align with that person, and eventually you can become that person because you're doing all the things that person does. Anyway, good book if you're into that stuff. It was good. This one was pretty cool to me, and again, another guy who catches some slack in the media, but nonetheless, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I'm gonna just let y'all read this one. Again, going back to even the one where I talk about trauma can get stored in the body or whatever. There's some good things in here, but I liked it. So you can go check that out. Oh, this is a good one. Y'all, you need to read this one. If you don't take anything from all of these books, this one is such a good practical guide on getting your financial life in order. And it is The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. It is so practical. It got me on such a good financial and investing path, and there's nothing revolutionary in here. It's going to be stuff you've all heard before, but it's basically like an A to Z layout of getting there, because I would get overwhelmed. I'd be like, let's even talk about what a 401k is. Let's even talk about what stocks are. And then I would just get overwhelmed and not do it. But this one walked me through. I actually listened to this one on audiobook and then got it in a printed version. So 10 out of 10 recommend. Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. I still have not finished this book. I do like what I've read, but it is just a dense read. Every page has super tiny text, and it just takes a long time to read. And I just hadn't made it there yet. Sorry, I almost fell over. I just hadn't made it there yet. Gonna keep it and hope to get there. The Daniel Plan. I need to probably reread this. I got this book years ago by all these people. Rick Warren, Daniel Amen, Mark Hyman. Anyway, it's like a biblically based lifestyle plan. And I think in the Bible, Daniel ate fruits for a month or so. Don't quote me on that. That's probably totally wrong. But I remember reading this 10 years ago and I was like, hey, let's do that. I'm actually going to put this to the side. That would actually be good to explore. Oh my gosh, this one's so fun and I still go by it. Future Boards by Sarah Ventrella. It's basically how to make vision boards that work. And look, I literally have notes coming out of it. Highly recommend. Really like it. Look, stuff I've written all in there. So I probably need to reread that again because I am meeting, sorry, sniffly. I am meeting with my friend Cheyenne on Thursday at this really fun place, and we're taking our iPads and we are making vision boards together. So I may brush up on the contents of that. We ain't gonna get into this. This is the dialogues of Socrates. I was feeling all deep and philosophical. Saw that, bought it, like it, whatevs. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Another one of those that are really popular in the media, but I bought it. It's pretty much in the title. You start reading the first few chapters and you're just like, oh, think and grow rich. It all comes from your mindset is essentially what he's saying. Let me see my little notes from here. Find what you want. Ask yourself the question, if I had $10 million, what would I do with it? Next section was about keeping the faith or keeping the path, and then taking action. And then one big thing out of that is it does talk about getting in a mastermind, which sounds so like Miami Course Bro of him, but I guess the Miami Course Bros are coming from him. At least they're all reading that. No hate to the Miami Course Bros. Yeah, it says get in a mastermind, and I still have not done that. And I think I should, because I'm at a point in life where I have a lot of things I want to do, but it's kind of like that have never been done by anyone that I know before. So I need to get connected with people that want to do my same things. So maybe there's a mastermind somewhere in Nashville I can join of girls who are in their 20s to 30s who want more out of life. If you're watching this or if you know about it, comment below. Piece of silver. I'm going to be honest. I bought this at a thrift store and I don't even know what it is, but it was a retirement gift from Reba Bronner in 1988 to somebody. So the contents are love, joy. Oh, I know about this. It is a book on like based off the fruits of the Spirit in the Bible. And I love the fruits of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. So, thank you, Miss Reba in 1988 for bringing us here. Yeah, there's a bunch of like about it that are like scriptures, but scripturally based. So, this one is cool. He'll probably never see that I'm talking about this one, but my little cousin, not like close, we're super cool, like to each other, but he was always younger than me. But anyway, he wrote a poems book back in like, and one of the things that I loved about it is there was the author section, and he writes that I was born in a small town in which nothing ever really seemed to happen. I've written this book for the simple reason that if I ever do grow to be old and gray, I really wouldn't mind for a portion of the world to know my name. And we grew up in the same small town, and I know how he feels. I probably should reach out to him because even just reading his book, I felt a connection to him. Happy Habits, this is one of those like table books. It's on a walk, doodle on a notepad, smile more, literally small talk equals big benefits, stuff like that. It's good. It's a coffee table book. Self-care planner, not gonna get into that. I don't even think I did anything in that. Oh, I did for the week of 31st, 2022. No, July, sorry. July 2022. I did it for a little bit. So, moving along. Okay, so a couple of these books in here are from my dad's collection of books, and he passed away. And I haven't read all of these, but they mean a lot to me because he passed away. And my dad and me thought the same. So this one I have not read yet, but Dream Work for the Soul, and it's basically a spiritual guide to dream interpretation. Fear. So this just talks about everything to do with fear, like when feeling scared, what that emotion is, what to do with it, all the things. Pretty good. So I bought this, I'm pretty sure, at a school book fair. So I've just kept it for old time's sake. Another little coffee table book, Think Happy. Fun fact, I have a lot of books like this. I took a few of them to work just to decorate my office, but my niece was going through all of my books one time. She's like, Harley, are you depressed? And I was like, why? Why do you ask? But no, I'm really not. But at the time, I've been through some hard times in my 20s, and I was like, why? She was like, because all your books are about how to be happy or how to be your best self. And yeah, just your books are like that. And I'm like, you'll learn one day, or you'll understand one day. So anyway, get 21 Days to a More Beautiful, Confident You. The reason I bought this one is it had actual in it. It's about tailoring your pants, the color that goes with everything. Skincare. It's I need to read this because I remember when I bought this, it was at a store, yeah, $7, and I need to read that because that was helpful. Another one I'm gonna put to the side and read. Money Hacks, another random little book. I bought so many little random books. I'm such a victim to it. And this is just a pocket book of how and what to do with your money. Fill your gas tank up on Monday. Never let your rewards expire. Start a seasonal side hustle. But this is by Lisa Rowan. Yeah, probably put that one to the side too. Okay. Brene Brown. This one was so good. The Atlas of the Heart. I actually have been listening to this on audio, and it's just really good. I do a lot of therapy, and I've been through a lot of big emotions in my life, but this one really does put a roadmap through and into and out of all the emotion. Anyway, love Brene Brown. Matter of fact, there's another book in here by her somewhere. Anyway, okay, another one from my dad's collection, The Purpose-Driven Life. What on Earth Am I Here For? By Rick Warren. And I took a few notes in this. I didn't read fully, but basically I did skim. One of the most important things I saw, or the most relevant things that stuck out to me, is there was a chapter on taking inventory of the things that have happened to you in your life. And it gave examples. What were you good at in school? What vacations did you feel most at peace and most at yourself? When were you at your worst? When were you at your best? It gave prompts that, and it basically said you can create life based off of all those experiences. So yeah, probably do that too. Okay, the herself, Teza, I'm pretty sure wrote this, right? Yeah, Teza. Anyway, I followed Teza for years. This was her Insta style. Very 2016. I don't even know when this book came out, but it has a lot of outdated stuff that probably would not, today. We don't use wideogram anymore with the borders to photos, but it has all different filters you can use, all that. So that was a really good book though for its time. I used some tips out of there. Whew, my breath. Okay, influencer Brittany Hennessy. What a cool last name. This one's really cool. It's basically how to create an online brand. Probably need to read that again. That was a long time ago when I was in my big Instagram era. Yeah, we have Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. Really good book, very intense read. It's almost like reading a textbook, but basically talks about where humans came from and how the periods of time have why we act the way we do now, behaviors, things like that, migration patterns of people, and how that affects people today, all that kind of stuff. Pretty sure I heard something on TikTok or something that author was being canceled. So y'all don't cancel me for any of these. I just kind of books and read them without research, and I'm like, oh, that would be cool to read about. Okay, Habits by Dean Graziosi. I remember he was one of the first people, and this book was one of the first things I ever did to be a part of like the community. Like I remember I paid just for shipping and handling of this book, and it was like maybe $5 and $10, and I was like, oh, I got a free book. But really, like, you know what he was trying to do with that. I think he was trying to like grow presence. But I remember him, and then the Ty Lopez guy, yeah, that was his name, I think. At the same time, these two guys were getting popular for me, and they were living lives that I wanted, which they said like all the Ferraris and Lambos and mansions were fake or, you know, out of proportion or whatever. But nonetheless, I ordered the book. Another little coffee table book. You can even see it's got Susan Aldridge, Elizabeth King Humphrey, and Julie Whitaker. It's literally a book of fun facts. That's it. Like, that's of distinction, and it's talking about dodos. Like, it's the most random book you could ever imagine. Oh, The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur, I think is how you pronounce her last name. Poem book, so good. I remember I was really coming into some girlhood or womanhood reading this. I was going through some things at that time. So that book was with me through a dark time, and so strong place in my heart. I did not love this author, but this one was okay. I didn't love how this was written necessarily, but you know, I mean, to here, and I filled a lot of it out. I don't remember what I was saying in here. There's some sticky notes in there, but by Glennon Doyle. This is the journal that actually goes with the real book, but yeah, what else? Hello. The Ancient Healing Companion. This is just a book on Chinese medicine practices. I love to incorporate alternative medicine with traditional, modern, Western medicine as well. So it's like, you know, the things, if you're sick, drink something hot, like stuff like that. One thing I read in this book that has always been cool to me though, is it said that the temperature of your feet affects your womb health. And it's like if you have cold feet, your womb is cold, so you need to warm it up to keep your womb warm. I don't know. You know, for those things, like I quote the science or the literature or whatever, but I'm like, I just believe it with pure intent. So anyway, genuinely never read this, but I probably need to. This may have been out of my dad's collection, but it's The Passion Test, The Effortless Path to Discovering Your Life Purpose. So you can see a common theme here. I'm trying to figure my life out, y'all. This was a TikTok book. It is the Book of Anonymous Letters. Y'all probably remember that era, so I'll let y'all look that up. Oh, this is so cute. This is another middle school book fair find. Macaroons at Midnight. I don't even know what it's about, but it's just a cute book. This is another thrift store book of poems. Sonnets of Love and Friendship. 12 Lessons of Life I Learned in My Garden by Vivian Galaik. I haven't read this, honestly, but it was in, I think, my mom's book collection, so need to read it. Sadie Robertson's Live Original devotional. Lived and died by this thing. Thought she hung the moon. I wrote in here. I like her. You know, I have different takes on her, but she's this is out of my dad's collection. Bible Promises for You. Haven't read that one yet. My mom got me this. Actually, Mom didn't get me this for Christmas. She accidentally gave me this, and it was supposed to go to somebody else, and somebody got my book, and we just never switched back. But I think somewhere the book that I was supposed to have is in here. Haven't read it yet. Something Greater by Jen Tezin Franklin. So, yeah, need to read that. Another coffee table book. Don't you love it? Little Book of Confidence. Good grief. A book on grief. Because I went through some things and my dad passed away. Jesus Today by Sarah Young. This was a gift for me. Probably need to leave this out. This is a daily devotional. If I remember right, I had a job at a hospital and for 2.5 years, something like that. And I'm pretty sure this is the one I read every morning at my desk before I got my day started. Oh, I forgot about this one. My boyfriend Matt got me this because I was waking up every morning at 5 a.m. and I was reading that book called The 5 a.m. Club. Oh, and by the way, I'm glad I mentioned that because here physically, but I have this many, if not more, on my audiobook on Spotify and on Audible. Yeah. And I need to leave this out. I'm going to leave that out. I got a little stack going back here of ones I want to revisit. Illustrated for Women. No, this is the one that I would do at work. I remember I would read this at my desk and it was pretty, so yeah. So for the Real World, another, I think, thrift shop or TJ Maxx find. I need to read this one too. I'm glad we're doing this. So this one was the other one. This is the one I was supposed to get, and this is the one that I got. So yeah, these are the two. And I started reading this for my mom. Or one of these, I can't remember which was. One of these was supposed to go to me and it didn't anyway. But yeah, see good. A Charitable Discourse by Dan Boone, because this one is about how to have hard conversations over, it has on the back, in politics, like to get people going, how to talk about them and it not turn into an all-out brawl and have a productive conversation. So that's a good one. The classic Rich Dad Poor Dad, one of my first ever financial books that I read, by Kiyosaki. Oh, this one's good. The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. So my favorite book in the world is The 4 Agreements, and I don't have it because I bought probably 4 copies of that book and I give it away to people because I'm like, this is my favorite book, this is what you should read, and so I give it away as a gift. But this one was his one on love, and so I really liked it too. Blind Spots by Marty McCary, or Dr. Marty McCary. This one's really good. It talks about how things that were commonly accepted in medicine or poor research was given out on it, and basically the general public and all the doctors and providers went with it, and now we look back and we're like, great, I missed that, or it was a bad call there. So that's a really interesting one. Here's my other one from Brene Brown. I just got this book like not 2 weeks ago, I think. So can't really talk on it, but yeah, looking to it. Okay. Next, we have Everybody Always by Bob Goff. And what happens when we give away love like we're give it. And I remember, I think I read like half it. Becoming love in a world full of setbacks and difficult people. Yes, I remember this one. I remember this one is like remaining a Christian or showing the love of Christ even when times get tough, essentially. Good one. Okay, controversial. The Body Keeps the Score. So if you've seen any type of self-help post or you get anything like that, you know the book probably. Controversial, hard read, but I think there's some good information in there. So can't recommend or not, just if you're curious, check it out. Oh, this one was so cool. This one's called Cleanliness and Health, and it is from, Cleanliness and Health, and it was published in 1932. And I remember I saw this and I was like, whoa. And it has like general practices, general dentistry practices from like way then, and some of it's still applicable and some of it was like outdated, of course, that we've disproven now. And I was like, whoa, that's just really cool, especially like being in the medical field, seeing how far we've come. That's a good one. Read this if you want to be Instagram famous, going back to whenever I was in my big social media era, which I guess you could say I still am now. A Book of Games, A Course in Spiritual Play. I'm actually going to put this in Hugh Prather. I'm going to put this on the side because I remember it was very intriguing to me. Like, it's my brain when I read it. It's like basically spirituality and like intuition, stuff like that, into everyday challenges. So I laugh about this one because somebody gifted me this. It's called Beauty Begins by Chris Shook and Megan Shook Alpha. But it's about making peace with your reflection. And I was like, I've never really, not that I think I'm like, you know, or anything, but I've never really dealt with a lot of like insecurity. Like if I'll be like, I need to lose weight, or I need to, you know, or I need to make my hair prettier, just the stuff everybody goes through. But I got this and I was like, thanks. So maybe it was more for them than for me. I don't know. So anyway, Understanding People by Crab, whoever that is. I'm gonna be honest, I never read this. I got it from like a store, but I probably skimmed through and was, again, trying to understand people. Not a Fan, Becoming a Completely Committed Follower of Jesus by Kyle Idleman. I got this as a gift whenever I got back from like a camp, and it's good. It's about just like keeping faith whenever it gets tough. Oh, this one's cute. My Little Ikigai Journal. Is basically what is on the front of here. It's like of all of the good parts of you, or the parts of you that you like what I love, how I see the world, where I can make a difference, where I excel, passions, gifts, possibilities, values, and where all of those little circles intersect is your Ikigai, and that's supposed to be like whatever, your purpose, or where you'll get the most fulfillment from. Another coffee table book. Do one thing every day that makes you happy. Oh my gosh. Lampoon's DVD series. Put that to the side. 1,000 Places to See Before You Die. It just has like a bunch of cool places that, what did you like to see? The Most Significant Teachings in the Bible. This was good. It's like a graphic description of everything that happened in the Bible, or most things. And I actually got this for my nephew whenever he was baptized, and I was like, I need that too. So I went ahead and got it for myself. This was a good one. This one is Present Over Perfect. And it's basically the mentality of done is better than perfect, being apart is better than being like not and thinking it has to be perfect. It's in the title, but it was so controversial that was the reason that I wanted to get it. But the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, I basically was like, what is the big deal with this? And I looked in it, and it is very, like, I can see where people could use this for manipulation. But I didn't enjoy or not enjoy reading this, but I was like, okay, that's again why people are so up in arms about this book. But I had some friends who tried to get me to get on the Colleen Hoover train, and I read like 2 of this, and it was good. I'm not gonna lie, I was enjoying it, but I just couldn't get into it. So, not really a novel gal. The Little Book of Auras. This is about, again, people's energy, the energy they hold, and how it kind of, I mean, it's a little bit of like the actual, like, are you blue, are you a indigo, are you a green, whatever. But it was more so about like that people feel coming off of you, which there's some logical stuff in there that was good. Out of my dad's collection, The 7 Realities of Experiencing God. Haven't read it. Oh, this one was good. The Beginner's Guide to Real Estate Investing by Gary Eldred. I had a real estate deal after this, so I would recommend reading this if you want to get into real estate investing. Buy Yourself the Effing Lilies. Not gonna say it on cam, but this one was good. It was basically like, don't run on somebody else to come and save you, and just do it all yourself. If you want flowers at a grocery store, buy them for yourself. And that should mean just as much to you as if somebody else bought them for you or whatever. So it was good. This one, y'all, is so good. Like, it sounds so stupid and looks so stupid, and it is written in like a funny, facetious tone, but it's actually applicable. And it's called Claw Your Way to the Top, How to Become the Head of a Major Corporation in Roughly a Week by Dave Barry. And again, it's very like funny, and it's written as like a type series, I guess. But the stuff in it is actually really good. Like, it's about like how you should dress, how you should act in a meeting, but like it's to where it's like reading the lines type. It's really funny. Really recommend, especially if you're in the corporate world. Crazy Love by Francis Chan. I don't even remember reading this. I've had this book for probably 10 years. I just remember something about it being like the of Jesus, maybe. Yeah. It's good though. I mean, The Modern Goddess Guide to Life. I don't even know what's in here. I never read it. I'm gonna put it to the side to read it because I think I just got it because it was so cutie. God's Power for Healing by Charles Capps. I got this from my sister. It's like a book with stuff. It was good. How to Invest $50,000 to $5,000. That one was kind of good. It has some quick tips in there. Probably need to read that again. Okay, so I worked with a PA in Texas who actually gifted me this, and I haven't read it yet. I read the synopsis and I think breezed through like the chapter or two. But it's Mountains Beyond Mountains, the quest of Dr. Paul Farmer, a man who would cure the world. And in medical school, this doctor wanted to cure infectious disease. And I think he goes on like a mission or like a sabbatical, I don't know, trying to heal people. And he just highly recommended it to me, and so probably need to read it. Jesus Calling, another devotional book. Really good, love those things. Okay, this one's another TikTok book. Freedom from Soul Wounds and Demons, Your Breakthrough to True Peace and Joy by Nelson Schumann. I saw this guy on TikTok, y'all, and this book is legit. It's heavy read, I mean spiritual, and I don't know if you believe in that stuff, but I mean, and it has some really good points. I'm about halfway through it because I haven't had it for that long, but I was really liking it. Oh my gosh, so highly recommend it. I'm about to restart this. The last time I did it, it was on the way to changing my life. But The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, it's basically a guide to how to become your best self. It originally was written for a spiritual path to higher creativity and for like artists or whatever, but it can help anybody. If you're a professional, if you're in the medical field or in the whatever industry, it can help you. And I'm going to start it again. We're almost done. Oh, this was just a best friend journal to fill out together that I got it for me. We never really got to do it, but yeah. And is the majority of my books. I need to go back and reread some of them. I've given away some of them, but these books really have a special part of my heart because they help me get to where I am. And if you have any questions or any comments you want to add to the books that I have up here, feel free to do so below. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow. See y'all next time. Bye.